Good morning, y'all. How y'all doing this morning? I'm doing good. It's cool outside, which I don't mind it being cool outside. I'd rather it be a little cool than a little hot. Uh, I think the sun is going to come up this morning. The sky is awfully bright for the sun not going to be peeking up. I need the sun, people. It affects my whole zen. I have to have the sun. I would not survive in places like Seattle, Washington, that it rains most of the time. I have to have the sun. I have to feel the sun. On that note, which one of y'all took my groove? I need it back, please. I lost it the week of Thanksgiving, and it's not come back yet. I just feel like I'm flailing here. So if you see my groove in and about your day, send it back to me. Coffee. I love coffee. And I drink my coffee with no sugar. And I don't like flavored coffee. I just like coffee. It's yummy. Okay. Let's be a little controversial this morning, shall we? I don't get on the Twitter. I don't understand the Twitter, so I'm not on there very much. I do have a Twitter account, just so I can see what someone said, they said. And yesterday it kind of went with Miley Cyrus's little sister. Who knew Miley Cyrus had a little sister? Who knew someone could get worse than Miley Cyrus? Not going there. But anyway, this privileged, rich, that's all the adjectives I can come up with that would not get me bumped off Facebook at this point. This little girl chose to call conservative analyst or talker or whatever she is, Candice Owens, a skank ass hoe. Then she proceeds to apologize, not to Candice, but for what she said, because she was not aware that that term could be so offensive. Darling, answer me when that phrase could possibly not be offensive. Other than a couple of other four-letter words. That particular little phrase right there is about as offensive as it gets. But anyway. But the reason why she called her this phrase that, God love her little skanky heart, she didn't know it was offensive. I guess that's because she's a skank, that she didn't realize it would be offensive calling other people that. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But the reason she called her that is because evidently in the last recent history, this fellow, and I looked at his too, has been dressing up. I mean, if you want to wear women's clothes, go find you a, what do they call those people that dress other people? A stylist. Go find yourself a stylist that can put an ensemble together that will actually make you look nice. Because you're dressing. Darling, it's not the dress you have on that's so offensive to me. It's the fact you put that dress on. That said, Candice Owens went on and made the comment that She preferred men to dress more masculine. Well, okay. If it's okay for this fellow to dress up in antebellum style clothing, why can't Candice Owen say she prefers men to dress like men? I'm gonna be honest with you. I tend to, hey, there goes another one of them things. I'm gonna be honest with you, darling. I tend to agree with Candice Owens. Although it's generally not what a man has on that is attractive to me, it's how he's wearing it. Like, for instance, a man could walk through my door wearing a three-piece suit with that little chin hair thing that's properly groomed and looking all sweet and stuff, would totally melt my heart. The only thing would make it any better is if he smelled of Kenneth Cole. Oh my God. So, that said, that would make him more attractive to me. I looked at the feller in the woman's dress. Didn't light my fire at all. I'm not sure why he wore it, or what he was trying to do, or what he was, Hey, there goes another one. I don't understand his message, but whatever. I also like a fella that looks like he's been working. The type. They've been working hard all day. They got Wrangler blue jeans on, pair of work boots, a t-shirt that looks like he's been working all day, probably a little smudge of dirt. His hair's kind of rustled when he takes his baseball cap off. Yeah, that right there will light my fire too. So, I guess I must agree with Candice Owens. I like a manly man. What was I saying? Oh, yes, we were talking about the rights to say something. So, I just want to go on record as saying, next to Wanda Joyce, I'm probably one of the most accepting people on the earth. I don't care about your sexuality. I really don't care to hear about it, whether you're heterosexual or there's a whole list of words you could be now. Who knew? I don't care. I really don't care. But if you do decide to dress like a woman, I would suggest a stylist. Because they know how to tell you, and don't go get one of them damn Hollywood stylists either, because they don't have a clue what goes together. They really don't. There's a couple of shops here in Beaumont I could send you to that he could put you in a better idea of what a woman actually would wear, because that garbage you had on, I don't know what you're trying to say. It's kind of like when, what was that swimmer that changed his sex and now he's a woman, and he thought the biggest part that a woman has to worry with in her day in and day out life is what color to do her nails and what shoes to wear. God love you if you think that's what women really have to worry about. The women you circulate yourself around, that may be their biggest problems. But women in the real world, us women down here in the trenches that are really women, that are struggling just to do what we need to do every day, we have 10 thoughts at any time going on in our brain. Did we turn the coffee pot off? Oh, shoot. I meant to leave some chicken in the refrigerator for dinner tonight. Did I send that paper back to my son for the field trip. Did I sign that? Oh my God, I was supposed to bring cookies tomorrow. I hadn't even thought about that. Did I pay the light bill this month? I think I paid the light bill this month. All of this is going on in our brains at the same time. The shoes have very little to do with that. I kind of got off my toes. But anyway, y'all know what I'm saying. I'm just going to say this. If you do decide to come to my shop dressed like that gentleman on the Twitter, brace yourself. Wrap yourself in a little bit of feel good, cause I'm gonna laugh my ass off at you, and it has nothing to do with anything except the fact you dressed in some stupid looking clothes. Y'all have a good day. Look, the sun is coming up. Oh my God, it's gonna be a good day. I have to have the sun, folks. I do. It affects my whole mental psyche when we have 3 days of doom and gloom. It's already doomer and gloomer enough. Please give me the sun. Anyway, I got another long day today. It's 6:30. And I'm looking at everything I gotta get done today. Bye, y'all.